okay, then it's not a Zoom bummer.
Really, I was visiting a club last week and there was a Zoom bomber. And after that guy popped in and he was playing a video which is inappropriate, we have to do our quickest manners to get rid of him.
We've had, the worst we had was a guy that definitely had some mental issues, and it wasn't that, how do I describe? He's being disruptive with a lot of questions that were unnecessary. And he kept wanting to convince me that we needed to post our link on Facebook because he doesn't do Meetup. But it's like he kept going on and on and on. And I finally said, could we please talk about this after the meeting? And it ended up being 45 minutes after the meeting. So there was definitely something wrong with the guy. And he was calling in the middle of the night in London.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty accurate assessment right there.
Yeah. Wow.
He was from London, huh?
Yeah.
London. So that's, that's at night. If you're like middle of the night, if it's
His name wasn't,
I think there's an 8-hour time difference for us. Depends on the time of year.
His name wasn't Jack, was it?
No.
Jack R? No, okay. I just wondering because the guy's a little weird out there. And it wasn't the Queen, was it? No, it wasn't the Queen. Yeah, no, you sure?
No, I don't
think
think
it wasn't the Queen.
No, I don't think the Queen would do that.
No,
I don't see the Queen doing Zoom.
Come on, 92, folks. Yeah, and she's just stuck in that castle all day. I'd like a Zoom call if I was stuck in a castle all day. You never can tell. Maybe it was Charles. He was just lonely.
Could be.
Hello, everyone. We are 1 minute away from our starting time. I want to respect everyone's time because the Warriors games are also starting as well. I am rooting for them from my heart and I forgot to turn on my video. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna understand it from time to time. Ellen goes, no, something like that. We'll understand, Alan. We'll understand. Okay.
Okay.
And I believe that this is the first time for me to meet Morgan and Finn.
Hello. I'm in Vancouver. Actually,
Wow.
I'm not in Vancouver right now. I'm off on a little island. So it's quite nice. Here, I'm going to show you the view. I mean, you can't.
Is it a Victoria Island?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's quite nice there. So
I've been to Victoria Island. It's a beautiful place.
yeah, it's just
Wonderful.
off Salt Spring Island. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That area is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's really quite nice to be. It's nice for getting the green in, just getting that, okay, everything's going to be okay. Yeah.
Great, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. I would strongly suggest everyone to turn on the video and we're going to have some fun 60 minutes. I believe that overall, we are going to go through why we are having this workshop, what to do to enhance our Zoom meetings. If your club's planning on doing online or hybrid meeting for the long run, this is a perfect time for us to initiate the education and interaction and learning how to get this better, because fundamental knowledge, passion, and hard work all combining each other will ensure that we have high quality of the delivery. Without further ado, let's have our first exercise. I think we have 9 participant observers, of course, sitting in next to the restroom and waiting to use it. But let's do a quick exercise. Everyone turn off your video for now, right away. Let's see who turns off last. Great. Let me have this one off. Okay. Everyone, please hide your profile picture. Do you find a way to do that? Or do you have to hop over to the web user interface and go over to the profile and remove it yourself. What to do?
If I had one.
Do you find a way to hide your profile picture? I'm doing the quiz right now. Okay. If you look over the participant panels, right on the bottom, if you do have a chat, that's between the above chat, there are dot on the right hand side. If you click that, do you find a way, a menu say hide profile picture? Let me share my screen.
Yes,
Oh, hold on.
but
Can you see
only
my screen now?
but only if you have a picture in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see Morgan still have a picture. Finn still have a picture. Harry,
I can't
I have
figure
your
that
picture
out. I
now.
can change it. No
Can you hide it?
problem.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm hiding. Okay, let's have
Wait a
fun.
minute.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. We're going to play some waving. Anyone answer me if you have been in a sports stadium? Let's say you are in a Warriors stadium today. You are observing the clouds are doing waving. Let's do a waving game. All right. When I call your name, show your video. After 2 seconds, stop your video. Finn. Hide it. Alan. Hello. Kevin.
Yeah, there we go.
Denise. I probably it's not going to work because all the
Hello.
videos are
Yeah,
appear in the top. My
Hello.
bad. It probably doesn't work that way because if you unmute yourself, your video is going to show up in the top. My bad. Let's go to Morgan. It still go back. So the waving is not working. So bad Google reading for me. Ken. Harry. Eliana. And we have Chayden. Chayden, call your name, show your video. Great job. Thank you. All right, everyone, turn your video back on. Thank you. This is a failed exercise. I thought it was working because it's supposed that whenever I call a name, the video will be turned on and then the previous one will be off. Anyway, let's get it going.
Quick question. Let me just start with something right here. You asked us about these profile pictures.
Okay.
And,
All right, let me
if
see.
you could, I see what you have there, but I'm not getting what you're telling me about, so I don't see it.
That's a host thing, I think.
A host thing. Oh, okay, so
I think
you have to be
that's a host thing. Remember that when if you are recruited as a judge for the district conference, for the district contest, you are not showing your name because you are not supposed to show you as a judge, right? And also some of the people who put their profile pictures there, if you don't hide them, then people will know what the judges whose judges are. Okay, so this is the reason why I bring it up. So I have the option to hide profile pictures as a host. Okay, got it. All right, so thank you everyone. I think we will have the next 40 minutes to go through some of the aspects on how to, as a leader, to manage the technology, to support our club meeting. What are the things that we can do to ensure that the members and guests are having smooth experience and they will appreciate the quality that we are doing. And Chayden will be smiling because he's going to take over my SAA role in my home club. I have been multitasking a lot. What can we do to get that done better and best? We'll go for the next 40 minutes and the remaining 50 minutes, we're going to open it up and for Q&A. And I'm going to do some fishing. I was telling you some of the advanced technology that I know or I found or some of you found. Then we're going to continue the discussion for the future workshop and talk about some crazily advanced things. All right. Again, this is Alan Zong. I'm part of District 4. We are going to go right into participant management. Raise your hand if you have already attended a club officers in your life. Everybody do, right? Do you understand why they always ask you to rename you when you first attend the meeting? Anyone know? Morgan? Ken? Why?
Well, they want to be able to quickly push you off to the right breakout room.
Yes, this is one of the ways that we can do. I'll try our best to coordinate the breakout room assignments. So some of the things that we are doing, we got to be curious enough to ask why, and we are going to talk about it now in this meeting. All right. Who can tell me what is the best way to rename a person?
You can go to the courts and ask them to help you rename the individual, but you need a lawyer to do something like that. I'm sorry. I'm going over.
Go ahead. Sorry about it. The best way to rename the person is yourself. I'll tell you why. Because as a participant, you join the meeting, you are number one in the participant list. I have been a tech chair for COT. There has been one session with 80 participants in the list. We have about 5 tech chair assistants, and everyone is scrambling to identify the name, the participant who has not renamed themselves. Guess what? When the people coming in and out, that list is jumping up and down. There's a lot of times for me to find out, Denise, you haven't renamed yourself. I click right hand, I click the name, click more, and click rename. Guess what? It has been a different person. So if you are attending a club officers training or any other meetings for Zoom, if you ask to rename yourself, do everyone a favor to rename yourself so that it will save a lot of people's time and effort. All right. Cool. And Chayden will be laughing at me as well. I have a habit every time as a SAA getting into the meeting, whenever people coming in, I was looking at the agenda and I rename that person with the role. And there are 2 types of things that we can do. You can either append the role to the end of the name, or you can prefix the role before the name. So if you put the role behind the name, that you will know, if you know everyone's name, you can quickly find their name. If you put the name in front of the role in front of the name, then you can have a agenda type of things from the participants list. So either way, I've seen most of the clubs that I visit, they put the role on the behind the name. And if your club is not doing that, why not try it out? Propose this idea to the board and to the club. This is going to be giving a lot of people's benefit of knowing exactly by looking at the name, what are they doing? Are they speaker 1 or 2? Are they evaluator? So the Toastmaster of the meeting will be managing the agenda easily. And also, if you are the SAA, if the next person is going to be speaker number 2, you know exactly by quickly browsing through the participant and find out who to mute or unmute. Okay, so strong suggestion, if your club is not being done it consistently to rename the participant with the role, do it, try it out. Okay. One of the things that we are proposing the clubs to do to also adopt is about the waiting room. Now we're going to do another exercise. Give me a happy face if your club meeting is using the waiting room feature. Reaction. Give me a happy face. Okay, let me see. Jayden, did you get a face? Okay, it only lasts how many seconds? Who knows how many seconds that happy face reaction will be last? Who has the answer?
3 seconds.
I think it's 5.
5.
Okay. All right. So because the happy face is not lasting long, so who knows there's a longer reaction that remain into the participant list. I believe, oops, now I'm facing trouble. Let me move it away. I think if you get this guy, you will last longer. Yes, it's more than 5 seconds. Great, thank you. I seeing raising hands. Good. All right. Waiting room is one way for us to stop the Zoom bombers. Before most of you come, I share one of the experience of last Thursday, I visited a club in St. Carlos, Belmont. There's a participant joining the meeting, behaving for the first 3 seconds. Guess what? She was she was playing a YouTube video inappropriate. And when we are saying hello, nobody responds, and she's not even sharing his face. So we have to remove her right away. So waiting room, if you see there's a define yourself. Ooh, where's Mitchell? So that's a way for us to make sure that we are managing the participants coming into the meeting. Do you know if there's a way for you to put the participant back to waiting room? Raise your hand. You have a way, as a host, you have a way to put this person back to the waiting room. Who did I pick? Kevin. So if you see that this particular person is not behaving or messing up your Zoom flow, try to do that, but it's really not polite. Be careful. But this is still better. This is still better. Welcome back, Kevin. Still better to remove the participant. Remove, that means that you are kicking this participant out, and he or she will not be back if we click the link again. Ken, question.
I know for breakout rooms, I have to say, yes, I want to go there. When you're throwing them back to the waiting room, they don't get the option. They don't, good.
Kevin, did you say yes? Are you prompted to say yes or being kicked off the main? Oop. Kevin, did you hear me? You are a little bit shocked by being kicked out, right? Kevin, I'm talking to you, Kevin. I think he has an audio issue. Kevin, did you double mute yourself? Do you want me to put you back to the waiting room and come back and try to see if it's working or not? Oh, anyway, okay. Harry, you have a hand raised. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question about the waiting room. So you, the host, can send messages, like chat messages to people in the waiting room, but they cannot communicate with you, right? So how do you use the waiting room to find out whether or not the waiter is a potential Zoom bomber?
You're gonna try your luck. To my knowledge, there's no way. You probably try your best luck to look at their name. Usually, again, you realize that there's no way for them to respond to your questions. The best thing we can do is to, this one I'm going to pick Elena. Can I do that? Because there are too many people are in the waiting rooms that you know for sure that the people in the waiting room is not a Zoom bomber. There's an easy way for do that. Right here, the setting, enable the waiting room. If you want to disable it temporarily, you can do that. Then nobody's going to be in the waiting room, and you can enable it again. Okay. All right. Last Wednesday, I was having a company meeting in Zoom, and my son was taking a shower. And I forgot to mute myself. And he came after the shower. He came to me, Daddy, I'm out of underwear. If that's the case, what can you do? There's no way for me to find my name and see how many steps I need to do. I need to find my name. Okay, I'm mute, right? But if you are a host and somebody forgot to mute himself, what do you do as a host to mute everyone? Everyone has answered mute all. Okay, I'm not going to try it out, but there are shortcuts to do that as well. If you are the host of the meeting or you're managing the meeting, please get that button ready all the time, because if you have more than 12 participants, and it's a lot slower for you to identify who is unmuted and click the mute button. The mute all will be efficient. Okay. All right. We are getting over the participants management things. Oh, one more thing to mention. Other than a host, if you are a user, there are some way for you to get always prepared, get yourself always prepared. Get into the home settings. By the way, can you still see my screen?
Yes.
The setting, okay? Something that I come here all the time. Make sure that most of the case, turn off your video when joining a meeting. Okay, most of the case, I'm gonna jump around to talk about the options here. Check this one so that you don't have to show the non-video participants. Okay, so if you are coming here to double check before you join meeting, you will make sure that everything is working fine and you don't give you surprise when you click the join button. Same thing happened to the audio too. A lot of guys from YouTube or Zoom articles say before you join a meeting, test your speaker, test your video, so that you don't give yourself a surprise. And also look at that, mute microphone when joining meeting. Okay, do a favor for the meeting host. Don't give them trouble. You just cannot predict what happened. Like my son asked for help on underwear. I can't control. He's still a kid. I see Denise is still laughing, and Ken too. I'm so satisfied. I love seeing people laugh. All right, next one. The video setting, we just talked about it. And we get over that. You can come over here, the user interface of the Zoom client. You can go into the web user interface. You can also do the Zoom level, the client video setting. That essentially the same thing, same user interface, but different launching point. Okay, so we often see that the user is having a lag video display. Why? Because maybe he enabled HD. It looks nice, right? If you uncheck it, if you have any basic technology knowledge, that if you are enabling HD, your data bandwidth will be occupied a lot more. So one suggestion, if you're facing internet problems and bandwidth problem, disable HD and try it out and see if it's help. Okay, but I always use HD because I have really stable internet. And my another recommendation is that try to go to the internet speed website and take a look at the upload and download speed of your internet. If it's lower than usual, that means that something is wrong with the router. Reset your router, or don't put your router right next to electronic devices. That will affect the performance of the router as well. And also probably your laptop is too far away from the router. That is a point that you can go into the market and get one of the extension, right? Investment, money, equipment will help you to increase the performance of your Zoom meeting. Okay, and I'm not going to go through line by line of the configuration here. It is an exercise for you to go through all the configuration, right? We are covering the highly frequently the reviewed items here, including the hide non-video participants. Okay, we talk about the always turn off my video when joining a meeting. Okay, if you are the meeting host, how would you guarantee that when people coming in, they know what to do? Okay, if I schedule a meeting, you enable the meeting room here, right? Waiting room here. And also you are specifying that the video and the host and the participant will be turned off. Okay, this way you can guarantee that when people come in, their audio and videos are turned off, and that is another way as a host you can do something to make sure that you are decreasing the possibilities of distraction when people join. Okay. All right. You also saw that you can change the number of the video participants that you saw for the main window. I have seen clubs that visit clubs that they are taking a picture of the meeting towards the end. They have to navigate through the different pages, and that's one way for you to increase the number of the participants so that you can take less pictures. Obviously, smaller window. Okay. Any question for video? Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. Give me a reaction of yes when you know how to do the virtual background change. Reaction, please. Ken, do you know how to change your virtual background?
I had to move. I had your screen in front of me, so I had to. There we go.
Chris, you join later, but are you showing your video? I see Chaden, are you there? Give me a yes. Morgan, you haven't. You are showing your virtual background. What's going on? Great. I also see Nancy there. Nancy, are you there? Show your video. Let's participate.
Oh my goodness, this computer doesn't have its own camera. That's why I always use my phone and my desktop. So I'm so sorry.
Great. That introduced an opportunity for me to talk to you, and
Well, that's wonderful.
doing exercise to talk to the members. That if you don't have a camera, what do? Just go to the YouTube and get the low-cost USB camera. It is very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also, I have often seen a timer when they are showing the video. Of course, my camera is too powerful. They are showing a very crazy screen with half images, half faces. How do you solve this problem? We are not going to cover it today. There's a way for you to use a software level fix, a solution. If you are interested to know how to fix it or teach other members how to fix it, come into our next workshop. All right. Let me ask a question. Have you shown a video as a virtual background before? Raise your hand this time. You don't have to show me the virtual. No. Chaden, Kevin. Okay. Several years back, when we are still doing the contest, somebody invented a video of a timer to show as a virtual background. Okay. And are we going to cover it today? No. Next workshop. It is easy. Create a PowerPoint, put the virtual background as timers images, configure the animation time, use a delay of the 5 minutes, and then you could probably need to create one video for each of the different time range. The drawback, what is the drawback for a video as a timer? It is because if there's anything wrong with the speaker, we want to pause. There's no way for you to pause the video. You have to start from scratch. So that's a caveat. Be careful if you are introducing this one to your club. But it looks really nice. I don't have to keep going looking at my clock, right? So there's some pros, some cons. And tips one, I want to talk to you because we're talking about timer. Notice the timers thing here. Do you know that you can show the time of the elapsed time that you join the meeting? This is my lazy version of timers. I don't use the alarm clock. Usually I would do that alarm for Windows. Okay, for those is with Mac, I don't know what the equivalent. You can specify a stopwatch. Keep it here. This is my personal cheating timer here. But If you don't want to have that, another user interface, just look at this one. Table topics is my usual spot chat. When they start in 55 seconds, and 1 minute later, I'm going to show green. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, come back next time. I'm going to show you how to show the time in the clock in the UI. All right. Video setting, video things. Anyone have question? We are running a little bit faster. I am running 500 miles per second right now, so have some time. Question? Morgan.
Where do we find the timer backgrounds?
Where do you find a timer background? Good question. I will ask my biggest enemy in my life.
Oh God, don't go there.
Yeah, Ileana knows my enemy, okay? Toastmasters, timers, background. Boom. You download that? And one thing that we're going to cover in the future, you can certainly download them, different languages as well, okay? One thing that I would propose, a lot of clubs that I've done in some of my clubs, this is the customized timers that we are created and used for my club. It's for early risers. It shows the green letter a little bit bigger than usual because it's too tiny there. Okay, and also it adds some of the club elements there. So this is the things that you can do. Obviously, that the question is that are we breaking the rules of the brand manual? That remains an answer. We need to go back.
There's nothing about this in the brand manual.
Yeah. I'm just bringing it up because I'm extremely careful because we have a PLM right next to me. I see it. I know that she's looking at me.
Yeah, I wanted to make one comment about the photo backgrounds. When you get them, you want to test them because there's different sizes that depends on your camera's resolution. I found when I first downloaded those, I was chopping off a chunk of it and I had to go back and get different ones.
Yep. And you know that when you saw great virtual background with beautiful graphics, and when you download that, that's a image file that is not supported by Zoom. What do? How could you get the best out of them, the virtual background, or even take a portion of that, or remove the things that probably you don't want to see? I have an answer for you. Try to learn the free tool playing.net. How to create those virtual background to fit your clubs and convert the picture formats. Next time, come to our next workshop. Okay. Welcome, Yuliusa. We are all showing our video tonight. If you're not showing a video tonight, then I'm going to remain the session with you for the next 2 hours until the finish of the Warriors game.
Thank you.
Oh, you really want me to stay with you before the game? Okay, next item is that one of the things could be applicable to the speech contact, for example, through the conversation with a lot of the speech contest chair, saying that they don't want people to send texts, chat messages while the prepared speakers or contestants are speaking. How do you do that? Raise your hand if you know how to do that right away. Kevin, you're an expert, I know. Denise, you are the super Zoom master, I know. All right, the answer is very easy. ... in right hand. This, you don't even need to go to Google. If you're ever curious on how things work, you just need to be curious. Same thing my dad told me, Alan, my son, I need some help to know how to learn use Google. I think I was asking him, nobody taught me how to do that, but you need to stay curious, right? If you see a ... here, that is the part that you want to go. Try it yourself. Again, well, I forgot to mention, if you don't have a Zoom account, go get one. It's free. And if you want to learn more about Zoom, you don't have to wait for Alan. Use multiple devices, so iPhone, iPad, Mac, Windows. You can join your own Zoom meeting and practice. You can all do that all yourself, okay? So come here, ... You see no one can talk. Host and co-host, only them can talk. So this is going to be a perfect scenario for you to allow only the contest chair and what's that called? The chief judge to communicate it. So you don't have to. The one thing that I hate the Zoom chatting is that you don't have a group chat. I'm so used to Microsoft Teams where you can create chat room, right? This is not available, but at least you can disable chatting so the chat message doesn't go out to everyone. Obviously, everyone and anyone directly. So I just found out that when you are sending a message to someone, hello, Kevin, you look great, okay? This thing, in the past, that is not private. In the past, not now. Right now it's private because this is direct. Used to be private message. Now it changed to direct messages. In the past, when the host is recording the session, after they finish recording, every chat message will be saved into a chat log. And those are not private. Be careful on that. Now, don't worry about that because those direct messages will not be added into the chat logs. Great that they are knowing the security things. And obviously, another exercise or homework for you, learn what the security mean. Security belongs to everyone, anytime. As a meeting host or as a participant, you need to know how to make your meeting secure. Okay, and as a host, you can go through this option and do the exercise yourself, right? Okay, that covers the chat window. And obviously there are differences between the normal Zoom meeting and seminar. We're not gonna get into the details here. Next thing, breakout room. I have a lot of fun during the contest. Where's my breakout room? Breakout rooms. Okay. There are some glitches in Zoom, obviously. And during one of the contests, we couldn't figure out why every time I open the breakout room, it just closes by itself 10 seconds. In that case, unfortunately, there's no fix. But if you are practicing enough with 5 different devices, then you are going to be the expert of operating these breakout rooms. I haven't used assign automatically because that belongs to a kids game, not in a Toastmasters meeting. Okay, assign manual is most things that I do. Okay, there is something that if you are turning into the registration, the things that we want to cover, if you are not doing the club meeting, if you're hosting an event for district or your area, you can convert the registration and include a Zoom to registration. You can ask questions before they register. They will answer some question, your name, your occupation, for example. We're not going to go through here. And then the benefit is that after they register, they will receive a Zoom link. As compared to the format that we're using to handle the registration offline using a different technology, Google Form. And then the meeting organizer will have to go over the Google Forms and get a list of emails and copy the link, send it to everyone. You don't have to do that if you use the Zoom registration. And every single Zoom registered participant will receive a unique URL, the Zoom link. And better, if there's no change of the login for accounts, when they click the link, get back to the participant, you don't have to rename them because the register name, the information will be showing in the participant list. But of course, if there's anything done not following the assumptions, then the name will be changed. Okay, let's quickly go over that. All right, so most likely we are going to keep the default setting after you choose the assign manually. You can rename it. Okay. For you who are having a co-host eligibility, the thing, you are not going to see what I'm doing until I open all rooms. Okay. So when you are co-host and you are trying to help on technology, don't worry about that. If someone is responsible to handle this the room, they are doing their work appropriately. Okay. Obviously,
breakout rooms only are controlled by the host, not by the co-host, correct?
I think the co-host can do that. Elena, can you double check? Can you? I don't think you can do anything now.
No, I can start creating breakout rooms, but I probably will not be able to see what you created.
Yeah, you're not able to see me to create it. Okay.
I don't.
And then you so when I open the room, you are able to see my rooms, right? Ken, are you trying to say something?
No, I'm watching what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we, in the beginning, that's the reason why we assign people name by prefix, because we are going to quickly hop over the name, and I know that PRM go to awesome. All right. Okay. All right. So I don't have to, I can close all the rooms. There are options there. When usually by default, when you close the room, you have 60 seconds. You can decrease or increase the time to give them more time. Okay. All right. Usually we don't use this option. Allow participants to choose room. But if you are playing a game using breakout rooms, you can. Shaden, you're the first one to raise your hand for the past 10 minutes. What's up?
Thanks, Alan. How do we move participants from one room to another room without opening all the rooms?
I can assign. So you have to open the room, and we're not going to do it. You want to try? Let's see. Elena, please accept, join. I don't want to deal with our PRM anymore, because every time I do something, you're still co-host. Interesting. When you move into the waiting room, your co-host will be removed. When you move into the breakout room, your co-host will be still there. Okay. Can you please recording is still there? Okay. Got it. I know that we are in the time crunching now. Share screen. Something that I want to reiterate is that there is a way for you to describe if you can allow people to share your screen or not. Okay. All right. So homework for you to go over this question, these configurations. You don't have to assign co-host to someone who wants to share your screen. You can specify who is going to share or not. In this case, by default, is all participants. If I do that, obviously, people cannot do share the screen. Okay. All right. Someone has always asked me, Alan, during your PowerPoint presentation, you are showing your area on the lower right-hand corner or in the middle. How did you do that? There's a way to do that easily. It is included in the Zoom. You can go to the advanced, and you can start using the PowerPoint as the share screen. And after you do that, you can specify where your video session or the window to be appearing, the sizes, the ratio is not going to be changed, but you can specify the size of your video and also reposition the video. So depending on your PowerPoint need. And we're not going to go over here, right here. A drawback of this guy is that the animation will not be working. You will have to do a lot more work to create different slides. When you are showing the PowerPoint stack using the show as a PowerPoint presentation, you need to simulate the animation yourself manually for now. So that's the drawback. All right. We went through the reacting. We have a lot of fun stopping the recording, and quickly mention there's a way for you to record it to the cloud and record it to the computer. The drawback of recording the cloud is that there is a limitation of the size of things. The drawback of recording to a computer is because when you are, for some reason, disconnect from the meeting, the recording will be gone because you are no longer connected to the meeting anymore. So to keep yourself safe, record it to the cloud, and there's a long procedure to describe how you are sharing your cloud recording to the participants for them to download. Ken.
Yeah, could you repeat that again? You said something about you would lose the recording. I wasn't quite clear on what you meant. So if you could back up and say that a different...
When you are specifying the recording destination to your computer and you somehow disconnect from the Zoom meeting, your recording will be disconnected.
Got it.
Okay. All right. It's 6:45. I am respecting the time. I want to quickly mention some things. You need to practice. Practice makes perfect. Multitasking is a crazy thing. There's a time for me to be the SAA to manage the Zoom meeting, be the timer, manage the poll, and pay attention to the table topics, summarize table topics, responses, take notes, everything all together, do it. Try to practice these things to yourself. If you want more practice ideas, I will give you. And I'm pretty sure that you will be crazy running everything with 8 hands. And some other suggestions that visit the clubs if you have time. The best way to learn is to learn from others, to observe. You see there's an observer here, element number 2. Another tips is that do your homework. Update your Zoom client as much as possible and read the release notes. Use Alan's worst enemy. Google the topic. For example, if you want to learn about the poll of the Zoom, type Zoom poll. You'll get a lot of articles, get a lot of videos. A lot of people are producing great video for you to learn. Last but not least, I want to do a game. When I was doing the research, not a game, exercise. Okay, so I want to position myself in the middle, and I want everyone to show your arm. I see nice squares here. Can we do that? Only your arm. Only your arm. Your arm, not anything else. Only your arm. I see Denise's faces, not good. Okay, only your arm. And there's a even better exercise is that your portion, your shoulder needs to be closer to me. So I see all the arms are sticking out from me, from my head. Okay, we need to do more exercise. We don't have time. Let's do it next time. Thank you. I have a lot of fun. We open our floor for questions. All right, Liana, we stop the arm exercise. We need to. I need to do a better job to explaining what I want later on. I want the Zoom window to be a spider with all the arms sticking out from me, and I have a big head. Hey, reverse side, Elena, your arm should be pointing that side. Reverse, Denise, your arm's supposed to put downside. Anyway, next time. Okay. Any question or feedbacks or comments, suggestions? And we need you to declare your interest to join our next Zoom workshop, which is more advanced, more crazy. And we need more people to to join the fun, and we can
I see
create
a
a
question.
video.
Oops.
Go
I see
ahead.
a question from Finn. Do you have these informational meetings on a regular schedule? And we are planning on having sort of PR toolbox sessions on a monthly basis next Toastmasters year. We'll be sending out the announcements, and please come and join and learn more. And please send us suggestions of what type of material you want us to cover during those sessions. You can send it directly to me at pr@d4tm.org. I'll put it in the chat as well.
Question. What's the score?
I don't know what the score is, but I know that it's quiet next door, and my neighbor is an insane fan. So it's going to be kind of even at the moment. Then it's got to be even at the moment. But yeah, so who knows?
Yep. If you are in my room, you notice that my room is very dark and only have not a crappy lamp that compared to all the other experienced Toastmasters, they invest a lot in lighting. But Elena's making comments on my lights looking good, right? Right?
Yes.
One comment I want to make is that if you want to ensure your quality of the meeting, invest on technology. I got this camera, 4K camera, $150. I got it in a good deal on the Thanksgiving last year, $100 only. So, and my laptop is, I'm very happy to my laptop. It is not top in the line, but $800, more than enough to run a Zoom meeting. Next time in the future, we can talk about OBS or any tool, for example, how to fix that the crappy timers virtual background issue. We're going to cover them. But if you really want to get into it and be as dedicated and crazy as me, trying to do some research and find out top equipments that you can invest on. Camera, you can spend big on the microphone. Your laptop needs to have the graphic card and dedicated memory. Those are great big factors impact the performance of Zoom if you want to do the host. And a lot of people think that we want to go back to in-person meeting, but the trend of the world is that we are getting away from reality more and more, and we become virtual. And I'm making investment and looking at the VR. I mentioned that Elena, we want to have a club to wear the VR equipments, and everyone's using MetaWorld. Ken, you have the comment.
I was just going to say that you really don't have to buy a $100 camera. There are some great Logitech cameras for $25, $35.
Yep.
You really don't have to put a huge amount of money in it. The one thing I found, don't use the microphone. Like a lot of monitors have microphones attached to them. They're horrid. Don't use those. Buy a $25 microphone. Mine, I just have a desktop mic just sitting beside, whoops, there it is, beside me. It looks like an expensive mic. I think it's $35.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely, Ken. You can, if you can invest smartly. Okay, yeah. I'm just speaking on myself because I'm satisfied. This microphone solved a lot of problem for me. That it attached to the camera. I spent a lot of time going through YouTube video. A lot of people put the pros and cons and evaluating technology. If you are tech savvy, you are going to spend those times, and those are the hard work to set you up to be successful. And I agree with Ken too. I'm not saying that you have to invest a lot of money on the equipment. Just that you need to have appropriate thing and know how to leverage them, and know how to leverage the value that you are paying the money. If you get a $10,000 camera and you don't know how to use it, what's the point, right?
If I may, so I have a Mac, and I'm using the AirPods, and the microphone seems to work just fine. But I also invested in headphones, really nice ones, and then also Sony. So it's very inexpensive, but $30. My lighting is from a company called Loom Cube. They have a wonderful selection of really good lamps. And this is a lamp that literally sticks onto the back of my laptop.
Yep.
As well as you can get all sorts of big lamps if you need them. But again, not expensive, easily put together, and they provide fantastic light. And that you can, and with these particular models, you can even change the luminosity and make it hot or cold, whatever it is, to make you look better. You know, you can look like me, you can look like Alan. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's the investment in technology is of course up to you as to the image you wanna have, but it does not have to be really expensive.
Great feedback. And Kevin, I want to make a suggestion to you as a evaluator. You need to probably take care of your glasses. You have a sort of reflection.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for saying that, Ellen. This is also really important. You're absolutely right. One of the things that is remarkable that I've seen in all the different environments I've been in is the fact that if you don't put your glasses at the right spot, you're going to wind up with the mysterious lights. And people with great big glasses, they reflect the entire screen back onto them. So yeah, there you go. So what I have found, interestingly enough, is that if you mount your lights above and to the right or left to direct inward, not directly at you, but inward on both sides, it reduces that reflection. But the reflection is a problem. Indeed, people have run into that. And it's either you put a mask on the screen or a mask on your glasses, one of the two.
As an anti-glare, I think that will help on the glasses too.
Yeah. And of course, it also goes towards what are you doing your glasses for? Now, if you take off your glasses and you can see images, pictures, like everything's fine for me. I can do this without any problem. But if I've got to read a name on the screen that's small, I'll probably need my glasses. But of course, as Toastmasters, as we all know, we've already memorized our speeches, so we don't have any notes on the screen at all waiting for us, and therefore we'll never need our glasses. Yeah, I thought there'd be dead air on that one. Anyway, yeah, but
Ileana,
excellent point.
I think we found our guest speaker to talk about lighting for our next workshop.
Awesome, Kevin. I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah, on the thing on lighting, I've also found, and I did the same thing, did a lot of research on this and ended up doing a speech on it in my club because I was seeing some really sad faces as far as what was happening on Zoom. Something as simple as a torchlight lamp, the ones that shoot up, but away from you. I have two lights away from me against the wall to where they look normal, nothing special in the room. It's the room lighting. What you don't want to do is have the light behind you. It causes you actually become very dark. You get a little bit of a Halloween look going. But having lights in front of you make a big difference. And I did try the thing of the lights in the front. I got tired of getting my glasses just to the right spot. So now having lights across the room from me, I find it lights me well enough. It's nice flat lighting because of two of them.
One thing I want to bring up is like several months ago, I realized, even more than 7 months ago, if you notice there's an apps thing there. I have seen people develop the apps for timer, not for Toastmasters though. If we can make it working for our club meeting, that would be awesome. Timer, schedule, the agenda, display, those are perfect things to remain everyone to use one technology and don't have to rely on other ones. The drawback is that these apps are probably different type of apps. Some of them are Windows specific, some of them are Mac specific, or you have to take care of the iPhone, iPad. Different people have different client. But if your club has everyone use Windows, for example, those apps will be tremendously useful because you don't have to worry about anything else. All you need is to launch the app, get it done. But that's the things that if I find a time that convince myself to sleep less, try it out, I would definitely go to that direction. We have a bright future because of the tools.
Yeah, we should have a hackathon session and explore all these apps.
Okay, 6:58. I'm continuously watching my clock, and you probably don't even notice because I've been a SAA or Zoom master for so long. Any last minute feedback or questions?
I want to ask you a question. It's going to take you an hour to answer, because then we could see just how he would melt down as he realizes the game's going on and can't get off the Zoom call. But I guess can't seem to find one. I know you're too smart, Alan. You'll answer in 30 seconds. You know, okay.
All righty. Elena, have you created that you told me that you are doing the poll or doing some sort of survey after the meeting, right? That survey will take the participants 3 hours to answer. Where is it? Can you share the link?
I will send out the survey after the Warriors game.
After the Warriors game. Oh,
To all of the
okay.
participants, and it will be very easy to answer because it will be put together on the spot. So yeah, we're at time. Thank you everyone for coming. And
thank you.
There will be more of
everyone.
Joy.
Right, thank you.
Thank you for Elena to organize and Ken to set this up.
Thank
Good
you
night,
all.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, have a good evening. Go
Have a good evening.
Warriors.
Go Warriors.
Warriors.
Forward.